Thank you for staying with us here on Sunday Politics. If you look at your watch, perhaps we are reaching usually what it should be the end of the program. But the program will slightly extend from 1 hour that we always have on the show. And the reason is because of the sensitivity of what we're talking about. We want to have a balanced perspective into what has been popularly called the EkitiGate. That is the role of the military. There was a report being released, a report on the role of some military officers in the Ekiti 2014 governorship election. We've been talking with Dr. Pt.4 Aluko, a former secretary of PDP in Ekiti State. And joining us is a special advisor to Governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Faoshe. Mr. Larry Olanyika joins us on the program. Thank you so much for coming on the program. I'm very sure you've been listening to what Dr. Aluko has been telling us on the program.
Yes, I did.
Which part of it is true?
I listened to all the programs and all what my brother, I used to call him, former leader, said, and I was not surprised.
Why?
I was not surprised because of his kind of person that I know.
What is this kind of person?
When you know someone that is of stable or unstable character, whatever he says, you won't get surprised. Because you know somebody who was a lecturer in Ekiti University, who was involved in admission racketeering in EXU, who was involved in issuing certificates, selling certificates to students, and who was eased out of that system by the administration of Professor Pt.4 Kolawole as ex-officio for offenses like that. So if he comes here to say some of these things, you just laugh it off. And he has said it by himself, that he's here to say all these things because Governor Fayoshi did not make him chief of staff. He started the whole story and ended it by himself. Because the implication is that if Fayoshi had made him chief of staff, he won't be here saying all this. And if today he receives a phone call now that Mr. Pt.4 Aluko, you have been appointed chief of staff to Governor Fayoshi, he would rush to this studio and say that everything I have said before, I did not say it again. That is his kind of person.
Are those things that he said, are they true?
If you see, I'm saying you can believe personalities, people, if they have integrity.
Are you saying he does not?
If somebody of his status deposed to an affidavit, appeared before a court or a tribunal on November 12, 2014, he gave evidence that the election that brought in Governor Fayoshi was free, fair, credible, and transparent. On oath now. You see, he said all these things on oath. If he said that on oath and he has come here to some other things, you can excuse him because he's angry. He has come here to ventilate his anger, and everybody is entitled to be angry. He's angry because he was not made chief of staff. So if he was not made chief of staff, I'm also computer literate. I can type names, put signatures, and bring documents here. Anybody can do that.
So all of those documents, are you privy to?
If you want to run an election, won't you have names of party leaders on your local government, in the ward, in polling units? Won't you have their names? So if you have their name, because I've seen the documents, listed names of party leaders in the various wards. So what is wrong in that? You see, this person that is here, like I said, he said it all. I'm here because Fayoshi did not make me chief of staff. If he had made me chief of staff, he will be the person sitting here.
Okay. Mr. Olanyika, two things are here. The personality of the man who brought forward these evidences. Another thing is the authenticity of these documents. They are damning. And that's why we have called you forward to either, just a moment, to either say they are not true or they are true. Let's forget about the messenger now. Let's look at the message. Any of these facts that he brought to the table?
Which facts has he brought?
For example, the funding that was provided.
Is there any election in this country that you don't fund?
With $35 million.
It depends on the amount. Is there any election in Nigeria that in the whole world that is not funded? In the election of
is it not immoral to fund an election of a governorship election with $35 million?
What I'm saying is, Governor Fauci's election was funded just the same way former Governor Fauci's election was also funded. Where the fund came from is what I will not be here to discuss. He has come here to say that, you see, Aso Rock, Aso Villa, President Villa is not where every Dick, Tom, and Harry will go to. I can also come here because Mr. T.K. Waluko, during the primary, he has said so many things I've read about him. Honestly, there are things that I shouldn't be saying here. But I have to say it here. Because I worked with Prince Dayode before the primary election. He was the secretary of PDP. He collected money from Dayode now.
How much?
He collected money from almost all the aspirants.
Is that true? You collected money, Dr. Aluko?
Can you protect
Excuse me.
Okay,
I have to say
I don't know
because he was here.
That's a moment. That's a moment.
Excuse me. He was here.
That's a moment.
He spoke for over. He spoke for like 1 hour.
Okay.
I was not here.
No. I just wanted to.
Let me speak.
Just a moment.
When I finish,
Dr. Aluko, just a moment. Go ahead.
When I finish speaking, he can also speak.
Go ahead.
You gave him like 40. You gave me like 40. You gave me 40 minutes to speak.
Go ahead, Mr.
Give me my own 40 minutes.
Go ahead. You have the floor. You have the floor.
I was with Adeyeye.
He
collected money.
Dr. Aluko,
for everybody.
Just a moment. Just a moment. Just a moment.
I was among the people.
Just a moment.
I was among the people.
Just a moment.
Can you imagine?
We will have your microphone muted if you do not listen. The most important part.
Give me 40 minutes.
Just hold on. Just hold on. You will listen to me. I'm going to hold on.
Let me finish what I have to say.
You will listen to me.
I have to finish.
Hold on.
Because you brought him here. He spoke for 40 minutes.
You will allow me to talk, Mr. Lainka.
Unless you are saying that
and we have to ask you a question and you have to answer. Just a moment.
Let me finish what I have to say.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm asking you to do. But Dr. Aluko, just a moment. You will have your floor to respond. Go ahead, Mr. Lainka.
What I'm saying is this. This man that is seated here is not a witness of truth. I was with President Adeyeye before the primary. I didn't work with Fayose. I was among the people who also advised Governor Fayose not to make him chief of staff.
Why?
Because I know his character, his person. Immediately after the election, listen, the people of Ekiti, traditional rulers, leaders came and told the governor. I was there. Some of the meetings. This person you want to make your chief of staff, this person will destroy your government too. It's not a stable character. Obas came, leaders came. Is he also not exhibiting that unstable character of a person now? Because if he had been made chief of staff, he won't be here to talk all this.
Okay, Mr. Lainka, some of the issues that we're talking about, for example, the funding that I just raised with you, $35 million. That was what he alleged that was given for that election.
How will you? Is it possible? Is it $35 million? Is about
5 billion.
5 billion naira. You see, 4.something billion naira. Because he read in the papers 2-3 days ago that certain fund was traced to the account of Obanikoro's son. He quickly jumped at it. 4.7 billion. You see, my brother here, or I call him former leader, has come here to confess to have committed crime. You see, Nigeria, we should also begin to reason beyond political party sentiment now. He has come to say that, one, I went to the tribunal to lie. Perjury, 3 months in prison, 3 years imprisonment. If President Buhari is going to also demonstrate to Nigerians that his fight against corruption is not along party lines, this man seated here should be arrested as he stepped out of this studio because he has come here to confess that he rigged Governor Fayose to become to the office.
You have not answered my question, Mr. Lainka. Do you know if $35 million was expended?
It is a lie.
It is not true.
It is a lie. You see, in every election, money must be spent.
Okay.
People must donate money to fund election. Governor Fayose's friends, associates, brothers, sisters, families, everybody, including his enemies, including artisans in Ekiti, donated money to his electoral campaign. I also donated money.
Okay. The other question that I will ask you, the role of the military, it has been fingered. The reports submitted by the board of inquiry there, which sat in Kaduna, has implicated loads and loads of military officers. Do you think that the military was compromised?
Let me tell you one thing. The military panel was set up to investigate the role of military officers in Ekiti, Osun, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, including presidential elections. Those who have been sanctioned, you and I, can you tell me categorically that they were sanctioned on the basis of their involvement in Ekiti? You don't even know whether the sanction was because of their involvement in Rivers.
But no, it was clear it was an inquiry into Ekiti and Osun elections.
It was inquiry into Ekiti, Osun, Rivers, and Akwa Ibom.
No, it was this one specifically.
On January 14th this year, Ekiti State government wrote to the military to demand for certified true copy of that report. Today is January 31st. We don't have that report. You don't have do you have the report?
I have the summary of the report.
Did you have the full report?
I don't have the full report, but I have the summary of the report.
There's difference between summary of the report and the full report.
But it's everywhere.
But when because the same way the summary that you're talking about, the press was briefed. I also watched the press briefing, my brother. They did not mention that those who were sanctioned on the basis of their involvement in Ekiti.
All right, just a moment. Okay, just a moment, Mr. Lainka. Let's bring another person into this conversation. We have joining me on the telephone one of the people that's name was mentioned by Dr. Aluko. It's Mr. Ifeanyiba, a former candidate of the Labour Party in Anambra governorship election. Thank you so much, Mr. Oba, for joining us on this program. Tell me, your name was mentioned as being a man who gave us a large amount of money to $200 million, you said, Dr. Aluko.
Yes.
$200 million
NNPC Tower.
At NNPC Tower. Is
March
it true?
23rd.
And the 23rd of March.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you. Good evening, Mr. Oba. Thank you for joining us. Is it true that you gave $200 million? Is it true? $2 million at the NNPC Towers on the 23rd of March, 2014, right?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you all and thank all the viewers. I'm in Ghana, and I was alerted about what someone is saying with my name. And I need to just first do one single thing by asking the person that said, Mr. Dr. Ifeanyiba, to reaffirm under this forum that it is indeed Dr. Patrick Ifeanyiba. Before I can go on, please.
All right, let me quickly ask him so that you can hear and maybe you can respond. Yes. Dr. Aluko, you said it maybe in one sentence. Just say it to him, where you met him and how much he gave.
It was Fayose that met him. I was in the company of Fayose. We tried to know Ibufemi Bamishile. We were together at NNPC Towers. And it was Fayose that collected the money. So I don't know, but I know him as Ifeanyiba. And we drove straight to Prince and Princess.
Dr. Oba, you've heard him there.
Okay, please. I want Nigerians to know this young man. I don't know him in person, but I would love to know him. I want them to know him as the biggest liar that can ever come out of the country. One, please. I would have loved to give Fayose money, more than even what you mentioned. I would have loved to give him more money, but I did not give Fayose 1 naira. And I would have loved to give him. And if I have given him money, it's nobody's business.
Okay.
But I did not give him. I didn't make him.
You have less than.
Dr. Oba, interesting that you said that you did not give Governor Ayo Fayose money. But tell me, it's the amount that we're talking about. Okay. I understand that we lost him there. Okay, we'll try to reconnect. He has said no, that he did not give any of such money. That's Dr. Ifeanyiba.
You can confirm from Right Honorable Femi Bamishile. The two of us be lying. I don't know. If he is if he is around, he should just call in and say whether it was true or not. Three working together. So I don't want to go into issues like that.
Okay.
But I am telling you that is the truth. And you can confirm that again from that right.
So that money was used for primaries?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Just
I want to correct.
Just one question to him, because I gave you a lot of time to talk. Let me give you one more question, then I will have you respond. Mr. Olanyika, in all of this that was said by some of the evidences, you said the reason why he's coming forward is because he's aggrieved because he was not given the role of chief of staff. And do you see that is not enough to be aggrieved?
He's entitled to be angry. I have to say this. He should be angry. You see, if you want to be house help of somebody and the person refuses to make you his house help, you have to be angry. But you see, you don't need to be angry such that you now begin to commit criminalities. You don't need to be angry so that you now begin to waste your time. Because today, you have brought us here. Because when I was called to come here to come and discuss military panel report, I asked myself, why should I come here and discuss military panel report? Because what role will the military panel report play in an election that was held like 19 months ago? Every role, every process that should be passed through had been passed through. Tribunal, appeal court, Supreme Court. So you cannot go back. The matter has become, illegally, has become functions official.
Okay, let me quickly ask you again. You saw Captain Sagiri Kohli there. He's back in the military. He has been reabsorbed into the military. The information that we have. And it was said that he was the one who recorded that audio, the purported audio that went viral. Tell me, with some of the evidences, for example, the military with the handband in that report that you saw, are those also lies?
You see, the military is the military. That is their business. I cannot come here and begin to discuss how panel.
But the fact is, Mr. Olanyika, no.
I cannot come here. Let me finish.
Okay.
I cannot come here and discuss how channels TV will run its own affairs.
We are talking about how the military was used.
Captain whoever has been reabsorbed, that is their business. But as I'm talking to you, even the case of this election, the election of Ekiti, the military is not a party to the matter.